Hello, welcome to the Church of Judas, and thanks for being here. I doubt anybody will see this live, but I said I was going to start doing this on Sundays, so I'm going to do it on Sundays, late mornings, early afternoon. It is now uh, December 9th, 2023. So, as close to seeing this as you, as close, as close as you are to seeing this live, like I said, I doubt anybody will see this live. You can probably be one of the first people to see this. Um, and I probably won't stay on very long just because it takes a really long time to upload longer videos. So, I would say you're very fortunate to have come across this, and thanks for making that possible, YouTube. Which I say with some sarcasm because I don't really expect YouTube to make this available. But anyway, if you happen to find it, good for you. They seem to show my content to uh, one nice person and one used to be 5, 6 trolls, but yeah, don't have a lot of audience, but that's okay. Church of Judas is the church that replaces all the other churches. So the Christian churches that were all corrupted and wrong by patriarchy all get replaced um, right about now, like any minute now. And it just begins with whoever comes into the Church of Judas. Like if you hear about these ideas, you're in the Church of Judas. Doesn't require anything of you. You can easily tell somebody else about these ideas, and that makes uh, the conversion of the existing churches into Judas churches and ends patriarchy and Christianity, which also has the feature of ending war, ending poverty and racism and sexism and all the stuff that go along with war. So it's really kind of just like what you would expect from Jesus's religion that has been missing, or they've been doing the opposite of. A whole lot of stuff that would come to mind, I'm sure, when I put it that way. And, but particularly war, I'll just say war in general. Colonialism, all the stuff that goes along with war, and poverty, things like that. All this stuff that Christianity has been embedded in and part of, well, that's been terrible, right? That's been a terrible way to go about having a religion, um, being embedded in war and empire and all that stuff that they did wrong. The light at the end of the tunnel, the silver lining of it, is just that because the religion of Christianity has been embedded in these empires and these wars, then when you change it, when you radically change it and replace it, repurpose it, then you take down those empires and you root out uh, colonialism, decolonize um, by doing that. So basically, you just identify the problem, where the problem came in, which is patriarchy. You root that problem out. You restore the things that were missing, which is the heart of the religion, which has to do with the feminine and sex and the goddess and Mary and people that were left out, but also whole ideas that were left out or that the religion went the opposite way of. So, whereas, Jesus would be feminist, or there would be a, a feminist message to the love religion that Jesus intended, the disciples were not, or went with another power, the power of patriarchy, in their society. I can't say that they didn't mean to. They surely didn't mean for it to have all the consequences and outcomes it had. But because no one would want things to go that badly. You can't say they couldn't help themselves because they could help themselves, but things would have been different. I'll put it that way. There's also the Church of Judas is based on the Gospel of Judas, and I wrote a book about it right here. Whoops, sorry, Ken. This is the Book of Judas, and it explains it, but not as directly as another book that I'm currently writing. I think I'm going to call it Little Book of Judas. that will explain it a little bit more directly. But the point being that that comes from the Gospel of Judas, that Judas's church replaces the other churches, and patriarchy and empire and war all end around the same time, which should be now. But from the Gospel of Mary, from over 100 years ago, the Gospel's from Mary's time, but they found a copy of it over 100 years ago, so we've had access to it for that time. We know that Jesus told the disciples that Mary should be the one leading them once he was gone. And then Peter explains that because of patriarchy and the way sexist society respects men, he should be the leader instead, and kind of gets his way in the argument or in the course of history, but is wrong because Jesus is the one who said Mary should be the leader. So the point of that is just to ask you to imagine, well, what if Mary had been the leader? What if instead of um, going Peter's way and the way of the other disciples and going in all different ways and then splitting up and branching out and all this different stuff, if Mary had been the leader, taught them some other things that they never really got, they never really understood from Jesus trying to teach them, but was able to keep the religion on a certain course instead of having it go the complete opposite direction, well, it would be different. It would have been a different religion. Instead, Jesus knew that it was going to go the opposite direction, which is the reason why I think he was so open to all the disciples about telling them that Mary should be the leader, because he wanted everyone to know in the long run that that's where it went wrong when they disobeyed that command or desire of his. And so, and disobeyed Mary and denied Mary and everything she represents, including probably sexual relationship with Jesus that would have allowed her, I say allowed her to understand Jesus's message even more, but I want to even say that they co-created the message. And I get that from Simca Jacobovici. I don't know how to say his name, but I think he's referred to as the naked anthropologist or something like that. But he's got YouTube videos, and he has some evidence of their relationship, that they were lovers, and even I think he even suggests that they co-founded, or that they, it was between Jesus and Mary that they came up with the ideas for the religion that never really got realized because it was getting popular, and since they uh, murdered one of the founders, it kind of, well, not stifled it, because of course it still continued to catch on, but that was an attempt to stifle it, obviously. If she was the other founder and they managed to, entice or empower other people in the, inner circle to replace her power, then they did that to deny, the true founders of the religion. So anyway, just to say that she likely had as much or even more uh, inspiration for the religion, or was Jesus's inspiration for the religion, however you want to put it. Um, Her role was not just lost or diminished, but they went the opposite way by being anti-sex, by being anti-woman, and all that's intertwined in the foundations of patriarchy, and where the Christian religion, as it became the trap Christian religion, um, draws its power and does so much terrible exploitation of people. So to take that power back for the people and remove that exploitation and to end the trap Christianity, and I call it trap Christianity because if Jesus knew that it was going to be like this, as he told Judas in the Gospel of Judas, then it's like this only to be ended altogether. Then it was designed as a trap, and it's to trap bad people. There's a lot of good people caught up in it too, but it's designed to trap bad people who've taken advantage of that religion, so that when we repurpose it, we've caught them and end that. So thanks for watching. Welcome to the Church of Jesus. God bless you. Jesus bless you. Mary bless you. Judas bless you. I bless you. Bless yourself. See you next time. I'll do it next Sunday, I hope.